Bro, like, I turned my grandmother's house into a trap house at some point, you know what I mean? For free drugs and stuff, you know, like the dealers were just, at 6 in the morning I'd be asleep, I'd just hear a honk outside, Poopy. And look outside, they just, you know what I mean, free drugs. Why? Because I live in the trap, I run the trap, they make their money from the trap, you know what I mean? But besides that, I've been in the trap house besides that moment, you know.
Sliq Sta.
Yup.
Wagwan.
Chilling, Maji.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the 20th Hour podcast, bro.
I love being here, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been forever.
It's been forever. Where have you been hiding, bro?
Hey, I'm all over, bro, you know? Like, I'm a city mover, I'm a city shaker, so I'm all over the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what about Imam Nad? You're not dropping any gems.
Hey, bro, like, I think I'm arguably the most recording artist right now, you know? It's just taking music out in BW. And look, Dooms, I'm a marketer professionally, right?
Yeah.
So in my profession, we market to sell, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm not gonna be marketing product that I'm not gonna be making money out of,
Yeah.
like I can't be actually investing money in products that I'm certain right now won't be making me money. So that's the only reason why I'm quiet. But in terms of the music, man, like I got gang music, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So I just want to get straight to the point. Like the theme, like for this particular episode, is drug addiction and recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like last time I did an interview with someone, and people called me, "Bare, work interview. I should have asked this person, but when was he born and stuff like that."
Yeah.
So some years ago, you posted you finally quit drugs after using them for 10 plus years.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Let's just take it back. Like, how did you get involved in this? Like,
Bro, it's crazy because I always say this. I got introduced to drugs by a woman, right?
Yeah.
Right now, that woman in my life is a prominent figure.
Yeah.
Not because we're still dating or whatever, but because she holds something very dear to me, right? I'm not gonna say much, right? Just to protect that something that's very dear to me.
yeah.
But yeah, I got introduced to drugs through a woman, so after that I just went haywire. I remember when I started now really getting hooked, she was the one who was trying to stop me, you know?
Yeah.
Because she managed to clean up and get her life in order, and I was stuck out there in the jungle, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's been a long battle from that jungle, you know what I mean, to where I'm at. I'm still in the jungle, but at least I can see the water, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Alright. So, like, what were you using? Like, when you're saying that this woman, like, introduced you to the drugs?
Like, I started off hard.
You started off hard?
Yeah, I started off with ecstasy, you know, did some coke, you know, did some crack, you know, did cat, you know. Yeah, so I you know, growing up I was a very naive lighty, you know.
Yeah. So
whatever would come that everybody would be using, I just want to be part of the cool school, so I just use whatever came my way. Yeah.
And that was the feeling at the beginning.
It's crazy. People think the minute you use drugs, you're like, yo, I'm so high. And these things like are pure evil, because the minute you start using, you don't really feel shit. It's the activity. You know how the mind and the body are connected? Your mind is just telling you, okay, I'm using drugs, I'm having fun, but actually physically you don't feel anything. And these things are building up inside you, you know? Yeah, the feeling starts off as nothing to, okay, I'm getting high, to what am I putting in my body, you know? So yeah, I can't really put a finger on the feeling, because for me to say drugs are nice, I'll just be lying to people out there, you know what I mean? Yeah, so there's nothing nice about drugs, it's just pure torture. Yeah.
How was your first line though?
Hitting.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, you know, when you introduce a substance to your body, especially drugs, you know? People, you know, the real addicts will be hitting and shaking and whatever.
Yeah.
But you're just doing it because they're doing it, you know? So my first line was really insignificant. And I remember the first time I actually went, like the first time you know, when you start using, people start showing you where to buy, right? they start buying for you, and then there's gonna be a time when you're gonna notice how I'm addicted. Why? Because now you start going behind that bags too, buy for yourself. Yeah. But the first time I went and bought for myself, it was horrible, man. Like, it was horrible. I mean, you get high. It's like drinking or smoking weed. You know what I mean? You get high, you get lost. So honestly, I can't really tell you how it was because I wasn't there. Mm-hmm. If the cocaine could speak, the cocaine would tell you how the cocaine felt when the cocaine was doing the cocaine. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I wasn't there, so I can't really say yo. You know? Yeah.
I noticed that you're hooked.
The minute I started buying for myself. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, no, I remember. I hope the dealer remembers me.
Yeah.
He'll probably remember me. That's me who came with Zbale when I came, you know?
Yeah.
So, can you organize me 100 there? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's when I noticed what. But then I didn't consider it a problem. Mm-hmm. But now, yeah, man, I hate dealers over my heart, you know what I mean? Like, I really, really despise, you know, the whole transactions and everything, you know. So I've had a problem from the day I started, but the day I went on my own, that's when I knew,
So how much is like maybe a pill, a sachet of cocaine, how much is that?
A gram right now is $500, but when I started using a gram, it was like $300, you know.
So a gram is enough for the day?
Never. Mm-hmm. It's like the only time you stop is when you don't have any more money.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter how much money you have.
So you can,
like I know multi-millionaires who for that day stop because maybe it's the morning and they need to do something, or maybe they are near an overdose, or maybe they've maxed out their accounts. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the drugs are never enough. You know what I mean?
Never enough.
Never.
So people can spend up to 10K in a day.
Are you joking?
Yeah.
Who's a peanuts, bro?
Serious?
That's not even money.
Yeah.
Like, if, you know, the times I was using, if I was gonna go use, can I let 10K in my pocket? I'd be worried, gonna run out at some point. Mm-hmm. What's the contingency plan? You know what I mean? So there's no such thing as enough money for drugs, you know what I mean?
So where are they found? Like, where are they found? How come we don't know the people that are selling?
All over. You know, I'm gonna have to say this. Before this interview, the things you guys don't see off camera is that before this interview, I just asked where can I get a cigarette, and I was told to go. And then when I stepped out, I noticed,
yeah,
I know this block. Mm-hmm. There's like gang dealers in this block.
Okay.
Like just here, like 500 meters from where I am.
Uh-huh.
There's like, I could probably get 20 grams.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So it's all over.
Why is it difficult? Why is it that it's difficult for people to expose these dealers?
So I might get shot or whatever for this, but you know, me, mm-hmm. I've actually bought drugs from some of the most prominent figures in the government, in the political parties, in the army. There was a time I just went with one of my brothers and I was on a camping in a BDF camp, in a soldier camp, you know. And I'm like, yo, you gonna get us caught? He's like, nah. The guy who moves this is our guy, so clean. And I was shocked because by the gate, nobody stopped us.
Yeah.
The guys just went. We're in a big car. This guy I'm with is like a super rich dude. We get inside the camp. He goes to the gone missing by the recreational area, gets drinks, and then from the drinks, like a big guy shows up, you know, and he gives us like gang items. So in Botswana right now, I'd probably tell you the only reason why things are uncontrollable is because the people that are in power are eating from drugs. Actually, are an industry that makes so much money, eh? Mm-hmm. Even the richest of rich, you know, the most, you know, luxurious lifestyle people, like, you know, they slang, they sell drugs just because the drugs, you know, for a dealer, as I'm telling you, 10K is fuck all, so a dealer can make 30K in a night. If there's like 10 of us, it means there's a possibility you can make 100 bands a night.
So during your stint, like, are there any prominent people that you used to see, like, eating them lines, chewing them pills?
Bruh.
Yeah.
It's bad, you know? Like, especially with us, you know? Like, the times I was in Joburg, yeah, I'd see some of your celebrities, you know, I can't mention, some have died from such, but here, it's crazy because the people that we bestow power upon, some are addicts, some are dealers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're a very small country out here, you know, so it's the most painful thing when, like, I grew up a very naive lady, so I used to idolize a lot of people till I realized, nah, these people, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So now you're in deep in. How does it affect your relationship with your family? You have a daughter, you have a mother, you have a father, you have siblings.
Very deep. With my daughter, it was really deep because my baby mama always knew from jump, you know what I mean? So I remember the time I went in way too deep. I told her, you know, look, this is my problem, 1, 2, 3. She's like, I remember her telling me specifically, don't indulge, and then I went ham. Like, I went too deep, and she just got pissed from day one, you know, and my siblings never knew, my mom never knew, my dad never knew, you know, so the time they knew the day I went to rehab, that's when I told them, hey guys, me, I'm not feeling okay because I'm here, you know. Yeah, and the most painful thing is drugs affect your finances so bad. If you're a father, you can't really support your child fully. If you're a sibling, you can't really do anything for your siblings fully. If you're, you know what I mean, you can't do anything for your parents fully, you know what I mean? Yeah, so for me, that's always been the battle. Yeah.
What would you say is the worst thing that you did to your loved ones?
I can't really pinpoint one because I've messed up. You know, I've messed up so much. Like I was never a thief initially, you know, but I've stolen. I've lied so many times. I've manipulated. You know, I took. Yeah, no, like it's just saying that really brings back super memories. You know what I mean? Like I took the times when I wouldn't even allow for someone to tell me I don't have. You know, and because growing up, I've been a giver all my life. I've been a caretaker all my life, you know. Growing up, because now I've been there for the fam. Once I started switching up, it's just that, you know, when God decides to be there, He decides to be there. So when I started switching up, at least for me, you know, from my background, the family was gaining just a little bit of stability. So there was someone who was there besides me, you know what I mean? So yeah, but yeah, I've done it all, man, you know. Yeah.
So at some point, like when one is using, they end up seeing themselves in a trap house. Yeah. Do you still remember, and do you still have any memories of yourself in the trap house?
Yeah, bro, like I turned my grandmother's house into a trap house at some point, you know what I mean? For free drugs and stuff, you know, like the dealers were just, at 6 a.m, I'd be asleep, I'd just hear a honk outside, and I'd look outside, they just, you know what I mean, free drugs. Why? Because I live in the trap, I run the trap, they make their money from the trap, you know what I mean? But besides that, I've been in the trap house besides that moment, you know, and the only lifestyle I knew at that point was living in the trap, right? So I've been trapping, you know what I mean?
What happens in the trap house?
I've been in the wildest trap house I got in was in Piquet, right?
Oh.
So yeah, man, it's really bad. Botswana is really messed up. I was in Piquet and these young girls, you know, just walking around naked, twerking all over you, you know, doing all types of things around you, you know what I mean? So it's been a lot, like, you know, the sex, you know, it's, you know how sex, drugs, okay, and rock and roll. But besides rock and roll and hip hop in this instance are always connected, you know, sex, drugs, rock and roll, money, you know what I mean? Sex, drugs, hip hop and money. And in my instance, you know, are what happens in the trap, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you are there, spending money on the dealer, your money runs out, the dealer. It's just, for me, I'd always have the advantage of being the rapper, right? But for a lot of my people, I see somebody come with 10K, blow it out in like a few hours, and then they get kicked out because they don't have money anymore, you know? So yeah, the trap is hell.
So these naked girls be staying at the trap house?
Yeah, 24.
So they're staying there because they're in desperation need of drugs?
Yeah.
So they sleep with people for free for drugs, in exchange of drugs?
Yeah. Whoever comes, if I can't get a Sliq, then I'm buying for $1,000 or whatever, they're next to me. If you come as you, and you come with 5 bands, they leave where I'm at, they go to you, and you know, they'll be waiting for the dealer to be cut so they have dust. You know, the drug game is like, it's super crazy. Like, you know, as you cut, there's like crumbs and whatever that get left, you know what I mean? So as you're doing that, they'll be waiting for also the plate that comes containing those. So they're like, you know, you get in the trap and the first thing you hear is a beautiful girl telling you, hey, please just, if you can just buy 5. Because after you buy 5, that guy's gonna cut, we are going to have crumbs, you know what I mean? So these girls will really be lost, you know what I mean? Yeah.
How old are these girls?
Bruh, young as ever.
So it's only girls who stay there for free, as for guys that don't stay there for free?
The guys who stay there are the muscle.
What's the muscle though? Security?
The guys who man the door. The guys who run for the lords, they call them lords, like drug dealers are called lords, right? So the guys who run for the lords, you know, are usually just there, not eating sufficient food, fighting with people all the time. You know what I mean, though? Like, I've seen a few murders in my lifetime in trap houses, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Earlier you mentioned that a trap house is a no-go area.
Yeah. It's a no. Yeah.
Okay. When was the last time you were in a trap house?
Hey, bro, 2019.
Do you see yourself ever going back there?
You know, the way I hate dealers so much is the reason why I'm doing this interview. I'm like, I hope you, words I can't say, see this interview, and if you dare, it's just that Botswana, you know, the police don't do that job, you know what I mean? But if I could, I'd get you guys arrested. But if you dare come next to me, it would be now from a drug problem to a murder case, because I'd rather die than go back there, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So a few years ago, if not last year, I don't remember, one of our local rappers, Ozef Teddy, had a problem with drug addiction. You got so upset and you said that it's time you started exposing the drug dealers. Yeah. So these drug dealers were protected or...
They're very protected.
Yeah.
Like, I know a guy, even if you were to try your level best to expose this dude, you know, he'll tell you, let him go. The minute you get to the police station, the cops are already calling him. Tell him, yo, pack your stuff up nice. We're just about to come there. You know what I mean? So this guy is pretty much untouchable. Yeah. So me exposing them is just... Because like I just told you, I've been in the streets, I've been in a trap, I've been everywhere. I'm not scared of you guys. These guys need to hear me proper. Guys, I get let's have my light dark. Offer me stuff. You'll see what's gonna happen. If I don't come and show you what I mean by this, you're gonna have to feel me at some level. Because this is not, my life is not a joke. It's not a trampoline where kids just come around and you know why I'm saying kids? Because I've never seen a man who just wants to sit in the house and sell poison to people but claim they're hustling and they're making. That's not a job. That's not a grind. There's nothing smart involved. You're not doing anything. Absolutely nothing. So you're not a hustler. You're just a kid to me who's just out there. You're a spawn of evil, you know?
Yeah. So there comes a time where you went knocking at a rehab.
Yeah.
What had transpired? Like, what had hit you?
Yeah, bro. I'd actually messed up a business venture I was in, you know.
Yeah.
There was a studio I was at, like, and I got a client, and I was alone, got that money, and then got high, got a girl over to the house, and in the morning I woke up with that girl, you know. We just decided, you know what, we're gonna go for rehab, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But ultimately, you know the reason why I sound so casual, or maybe I'm sort of running over it, is because like so many things contributed, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's not like that single event, you know, like I've been dying inside, you know what I mean? I remember there was a time I lost passion for making music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's my first love, and me not making music is like me not eating food, you know what I mean? Yeah. So
So how was the rehab process? How long was it?
I stayed in rehab for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Were you able to meet up with the girl that you went with because you guys went together?
We were, she was on the other side. I was on the other side. We'll talk. Mm-hmm. But she left 2 weeks early.
Okay.
But now she's clean. She's corporate. Mm-hmm. She's so beautiful. She looks so nice. Mm-hmm. I love you, Mama. You know yourself. I'm back here, but I'm not gonna say no names. But I love you so much. I'm so proud of you. Mm-hmm. And that day was that's why I love you. Mm-hmm. I might not see you as often. I might not call you as often. I might not text you as often. But I really, really love what we got up to, because look at us. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how has been the clean life and the temptation to go back that life?
It's rough. Mm-hmm. It's rough because I relapsed the first day I got out of rehab. My mom and my siblings came and took me. My mom stays in South Africa. Mm-hmm. So they came and took me. My mom gave me, you know, parents don't really know the triggers. So my mom gave me money. She's like, yo, fix your passport, whatever. And that money was a trigger, automatic, like the first day out of rehab, right? I relapsed. The only good thing is I wasn't going to the trap houses anymore. Mm-hmm. I was a bit more secretive now. Mm-hmm. You know, I was a bit more cautious of the people I was going to disappoint now. So now I was building slowly, you know, towards today. You know what I mean? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So after that relapse, you never went back again?
Nah, bro, I went.
You went?
Hard.
Yeah.
I went so hard. I remember I'd come to the, you know how I stayed with my brother, I'd go to the house crying in the morning. And he'd be like, what's wrong? I'm like, I love you so much. You know what I mean? And because, you know, after every uphill traction, there's always a downer.
Yeah.
So after you get so high, the minute you're like, where's my turn bends? Mm-hmm. And you wake up in the morning, you're like, why am I doing this? Mm-hmm. Now the people you owe start calling you. Now the big mama starts hollering at you. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, there's no meat in the fridge. Now, you know, you are thirsty for a drink. Now, you know, I wish I could, you know, just drink a Coke, but you don't have money, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's bad because now you be thinking, but I could afford all these things just a few hours back, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I heard someone saying that addiction is painful. I heard someone saying addiction is painful. What's the painful part when you're enjoying the substance? What's the
you know the word that I really, really love that question. Mm-hmm. But I borderline very dislike it also because there's no enjoyment. Mm-hmm. I don't think enjoyment and drugs can go in the same line, you know? Mm-hmm. Like there's no enjoying getting high. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so when you're getting high, you are lost. And then once you start, you drown into that lost space, right? Mm-hmm. And then you only get to wake up once everything is messed up, you know what I mean? So there's no enjoyment, there's nothing enjoyable there. That statement, you know, the people who say, yeah, I didn't need them or nothing, I still feel like if they were offered, they would still grab, you know? And up until you reach the realization that, nah, you know, you can't. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what's your word of advice for someone who's trying to quit?
Don't mess with drugs.
someone who's already inside, but they want to leave it so bad, leave the drug so bad?
It takes a lot. It takes you knowing who you are. Like for me, I'll speak on my behalf, right? For me, it took, the family. It took, first stage is admitting you have a problem. For me, it took admitting to my people that, hey guys, it's bad. You know what I mean? And then there's no shame in admitting you are hooked. You know what I mean? Do I look like I have a problem now? Bro. There are people I got hooked, used for years, who were clean, went to rehab, cleaned up, struggled to stay clean, and I've surpassed along the way. So it's not like you are, it's just that, especially in Africa, people associate drug use with all types of things. You know what I mean? There's always tomorrow. And mind you, drugs are not the only addiction out there. Some people are addicted to sex, some people are gamblers, some people are murderers, some people are rapists, some people are, you know what I mean? So you're not the only person going through what you're going through. You might be in a better predicament. And just trust, believe there's a better day, and involve God in everything you do. Because if you say, Papa, like it's morning, I'm going out there, it's the jungle. If I stay in the house, I won't be able to eat. If I go outside, I might relapse, but please take the wheel. You know what I mean? He'll definitely make sure. Yeah.
How much would you say you spent on drugs?
Bro, I don't even want to think about it. Like, honestly, I remember when I started this interview and I was like, that questions I'm not going to be comfortable answering.
Yeah.
Because it's millions of pulas. So I'm uncomfortable even trying to think about it, because those millions could be my lifestyle right now. So guys, even to you, the clean people, when you see a drug addict looking scruffy, looking all types of funny, looking whatever, just remember, it's not like you're hustling better than that guy. That guy is just a money shredder. Because I can't say you are a spender. When you buy drugs, you don't spend. You are throwing your money away. So you are basically shredding and burning those shreds, because there's no trace of the money you've ever held in your hand. So I never want to think about the money I've spent. Because there'll be nights when I'll just be spending thousands and thousands and thousands for about 6 months consecutively. Ask me where, I'm pretty sure that's your next question, where you guys get that money. You know what I mean? Yeah, bruh, when you live in that world, because I think it's also inspired by the devil. Right now, for a user, if a user says to themselves, I want to go buy groceries for the family and blah, 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 they won't get that money. But if a user was to hit the shower and say, I'm going to get high tonight, trust you me, that guy is going to get high. He's going to do whatever it is that they could end. The money is just going to come.
Did you ever offered sexual drugs in exchange of sexual?
For sure, man. A lot. It's just that with me and sex, I grew up a Rolling Stone, so sex was actually my first addiction before. That's how I got that girl introducing me to drugs, you know what I mean? So sex was like my initial addiction. So when I started using, sex didn't fascinate me, you know what I mean? Like, it's something that I had been through so many times, as a kid. So I mean, as a teenager or whatever, you know what I mean? So it's never been like, but I've been there. But I know people that have lost houses just because, like I was saying, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. These things are all together, After people get high, they also want to what? Start eating each other. You see what I'm talking about? The girls will just be so horny, they'll practically just cry for guys to just, at least just the tip, bruh. You know what I mean? Just put the tip in. You know what I mean? So it's that bad. You know what I mean? Yeah.
All right, bro. I don't want to take much of your time, but before we close, how has your relationship been with God?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful because he's the reason why I'm here. I don't usually give out interviews. It doesn't matter, what the benefit is or whatever. I don't usually, and I'm stable now, I don't usually, need anything, so God is the reason why I'm here. I'm outspoken. Like, even, the fans of my music are just gonna be startled. Okay, not really startled, because my debut album was God inspired from HSP, so now the growth and my stand, prevail in God, you know what I mean? I'm here now, and God is the reason why I'm speaking, and God is the reason why I'm here. God is the reason why I'm bold and proud to be here. God is the reason why I don't judge myself anymore. He's the reason why, basically, thank God for my life, and your life and everybody else's life. What the God experience is crazy, because people are like, my God.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? God is for us all, and God is not judgmental. God is the most understanding God. He's the most loving God. I remember there were times when I'd relapse, even after rehab, and I'd feel so bad. I'd want to commit suicide or whatever, but maybe that morning somebody would just call me and say, hey, you see that 500 pula I owed you? Yeah, no, let me throw it in. God would just console me like that, because it'd show me, look, bruh, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? So it's always been, like a God experience for me, even before using, and the other thing, still on the God subject, it's not just about drugs. Are not the only problem in the world, right? There are people with conflicted thoughts, abusers and whatever, Look, God will come for you as long as you maintain the faith. Keep the faith, maintain the faith, keep the love, spread the love, you know what I mean? God will always be on your back.
Amen. Muruti Sliq Sta.
Amen.
Papa Sliq Sta. Yeah. Bro, one last question before we shut it down, because the studio is fully booked.
Yeah.
What's your take on the current state of people?
I just sometimes wish I was in a different industry altogether, because around here, I've heard rappers who are not making the music that I've been making for the past 20 years, you know what I mean? So right now, I don't know what hip-hop you're talking about. Salute and shout out to some of my nice rappers out there, salute Cat Nyora, your single is doing crazy on Yarna FM. I love that Pumelela is like, it's God's gift, you know what I mean? There's a kid that I really, really love. I've never met this kid. He's called, he's a Pico kid. You can take me out of Saliba Pico, but you can't take Pico out of me. He's called something Makatini. If you're gonna see this boy, just stay true to your lane, And the state of hip hop is like, real rappers are buried 6 feet in BW because of certain reasons. When you're a real artist, the fame and the money doesn't really fascinate you, because you find yourself. It's like music is like oxygen. You find yourself breathing. You know what I mean? From the moment you go. So for some of us, it's not really about I wanna be out there dressed like, no homo, but dressed like the words I can't say, you know what I mean, and looking uncomfortable in front of the camera. So yeah, man, right now I do not want to talk about much. The only thing I can say is thank you to the old school that raised me. To the new cats, I see your efforts. Some of you guys are very, very impressive to some level. I still wish if you guys incorporated a bit of songwriting. Good thing, I write the most beautiful songs. R&B, hip-hop, whatever, kwaito, piano, thing, you know what I mean? The talent is just there. So some of you, I know you struggle with writing. Some of you struggle with, articulation. Some of you struggle with, so yeah. There's no hip hop out here, man.
There's no hip hop out
Yeah, only thoroughbreds is still, in the dungeons, but I don't see guys working. The only song I'm listening to right now is that Pumelela by Cat Nyora. I really, really love that song, and it's spiritually driven. He's gifted. He's thank you so much, man. I'm not gonna lie, years back when I met you for the first time, and mind you, Cat Nyora is the late DJ Bass's brother, and the first time I had bass, I was like, yo, that's a talent, and it's good to see that the talent rubbed off, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Sliq Sta.
Yeah, man.
Bro, well, thank you a lot, bro.
Salutations to the world.
We're having a part 2. I know you don't do interviews, but we're gonna do a part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Salute, man.
Peace.
Away.
Yeah.